Daily Broadside, day 616. The continent of Africa loves some TikTok speed dating. That's what I've learned in the last week. As you know, I get up between 4 and 5:30 most every morning. A lot of times without an alarm. I'm just awake, alert, and ready to roll. Lock, step, and gone, as Rancid would say. So I take to TikTok to kind of see what happened in the world the day before, or while I was sleeping, I should say. And one of the things I've stumbled upon is this very off-putting guy. I'm not really a fan of the host of the channel. He's kind of a douche, and I don't like people that call people like bro and my guy every 5 seconds. It's kind of annoying, especially when you look like you're 40. You know, what's up, my guy? How you doing? How you doing, my guy? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I was like, I'm fine. I don't need you to talk to me like that. Let's talk like adults. How about that? Anyway, so he's doing speed dating, and most of the people on there seem to be from the continent of Africa, which is fine. That's a guy. Yeah, but the first one that I caught, and this was probably late last week, there's a girl from New Zealand, and the dude that he's trying to match her with is in Canada. Now, I never caught kind of like the last half of the conversation, so I didn't catch where in Canada, but let's just pretend it's Toronto, whatever. And I don't really know what's closer to New Zealand, probably the left side of Canada than the right. But at any rate, do you know what it costs to fly from Canada to New Zealand? I didn't either, but I sure as crap looked it up. And prices start in like the $1,800 to $1,900 range from Toronto to Auckland or wherever you're flying in that country and all. And, they don't just let anybody live in that country either. So I don't even know if you're allowed to just visit there. They've got such a strict moratorium on people coming into their world, which is cool, whatever. It's your country. You let whoever you want into it and all. But I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, the logistical nightmare that this relationship would have, I just, long distance relationship is one thing, but different continents is a completely different animal. So then we move to, there's a girl from Sierra Leone, the Ivory Coast of Africa, and she matches up with a dude, and they're like, hey, where are you from? He's like, I'm from Ohio. And so he's like out of like Cleveland. Do you know what it costs to fly from Cleveland to Sierra Leone? Which I found there is actual flight to get there. I guess there's no two cities in the world that you can't get to with some kind of connection and all. I guess it only stands to reason if they have an airport, we can get you there. But yeah, it's like $1,700-$1,800. So you're looking at like a $20,000-$30,000 expense if you went to see them once, every 2 weeks or whatever that math comes out to be. And I don't understand. And of course, half of these people, it's like the first time you ever used a Zoom meeting and morons couldn't figure out how to cut the audio or the video on. And they're on this speed dating thing. This guy's got this sign that looks like a ninth grader wrote it on a chalkboard, and it's like, you have to have your camera on. They pop up, never have their camera on. And then they can't figure out how to cut it on. They're like, hello, can you hear me? I'm like, we can hear you, we can't see you, moron. It's kind of speed dating. An important component of speed dating is being able to see the person that you're speed dating with, at least in my opinion. I'm gonna, and I saw one this morning that the guy is missing like that tooth and that tooth, right? So this is just blacked out. Now, I think if I have my choice, I think that losing one tooth, just missing a top tooth, okay, it's a little off-putting. It's not good, right? But if you've got two and there's enough to run like your thumb between the missing teeth, the gap in your front teeth, that's exponentially worse. And this dude had like two teeth missing on the top. And so at the end of like the 3-minute whatever speed date, the host is like, so, Rebecca, are you going to respectfully pass or you want to continue this? And she's like, I'm going to respectfully pass. And I'm like, it's the tooth, my guy. You gotta wear like a mouth guard. You gotta do something like, I don't know, wear a COVID mask or something. You can't let people know that you've got two missing teeth up here right off the get-go. Like you gotta wade into the water on that one. You don't just cannonball in and be like, hey, and you're missing. Yeah, it's not a good look for anybody. But then there was one from a girl from Nigeria, and she mixed up with a dude. He had English flags, like United Kingdom flags, but he spoke, with an African dialect. So I am 23. I am from the coast of, whatever. And so he's talking, and so you couldn't get a straight answer out of the guy. So the host is like, or she says, "What are you looking for in a woman?" And he's like, "You have to have interest in relationship and be into the business." And she's like, "All right, what business is that? You have to be into the business." And she's like, "All right, what business are we talking about?" And he just kept going. We never knew what the business was. I don't know if he's like, wholesaling cocaine, or if he's got, a Paddington Bear factory. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, so there's just craziness going on the TikTok, and I just love to know the. It's kind of like people that go out and witness about Jesus Christ. Okay, there is, in a town nearby that I live near, there is a Christian-based homeless shelter. And it was built for, I think, like $400,000 in the early 90s. And it was there to bring men to the Lord, right? And I just wonder, in all the thousands and thousands of drug addicts and people down on their luck and everybody else that flocks to a homeless shelter, not all, but, there is a large contingent of that world that hangs out at those places. I wonder how many of those people were led to the Lord and are still in the running for seeking God in their daily life. And, and it's like, what does that turn out to be? Because over the years, with repairs and updates, the expenses, I mean, we're well over, $2-3 million, well over that, because their budget is out there. So they spend a lot of money. And, let's say it's like 20 people that they've legitimately led to Christianity, and then they're still in Christianity. And it's kind of like, what's a life worth? Well, if we divide 20 people into $3 million, which is really low anyway, and that's kind of what I'm going with this, is like, how many of these people are dating intercontinentally, or was that be intracontinentally? Inter is between, intra is within. Is that right? I don't know. Anyway, between continents, how many of those people are going to make a connection between Sierra Leone and Cleveland? Oh, this is and then you're not even like, you go down to New Zealand to see your new girlfriend. Well, if you don't hit it off, you just blew $1,800, but throw some shrimp on the barbie. No, you're not going to be able to afford the shrimp because you just spent $2,000 on a flight into Auckland to hang out with somebody. And so that doesn't even include drinks and dessert. I just find this, but yet I can't stop watching. That's the problem. So like every morning I'll be tuning into this thing because TikTok's gonna be like, ooh, the idiot's awake. Let's give him the speed dating channel. And they send it right to me. And just like a sucker, I'm just sitting there looking at it for like the next hour as I drag myself out of bed. Actually, I don't drag myself out of bed. I get up, because when it's time to get up, it's time to get up. So anyway, I've rambled enough about speed dating. Hopefully I didn't offend any homeless people or Christians, but that's is what it is. Giddy.